Hello and welcome to day one of a conquest mission involving Germany, where we're playing Germany and we're taking on the USSR. Fog of War has been enabled and the difficulty has been set to normal. I went away and played on hardcore with Fog of War to figure out the game mechanics and how it all played out. I find that the game goes much slower. I can do it, it just requires a lot more care. And I'm not too keen on doing hour-long missions. I tend to play slowly, so I know you can use meat waves and generally throw guys at the problem, but I prefer to take things step by step. So that's tends to be my playstyle. And the game to me is a system of mechanics. It's got ways it expects you to play, but I also like to, cheese, exploit, and just work around various limitations to make my game a little bit slower. A little bit easier, but at the price of time. So I have all the time in the world and all the patience in the world to take on that challenge. It's just that at hardcore difficulty, that time goes up to way past an hour, and that's not really interesting. So with the Fog of War mechanic enabled, there are some changes to this campaign as opposed to the previous one, that being the need for an officer. You will need an officer. An officer's got binoculars and they can spot things further away in the distance, because what will happen is the enemy, the AI, being the multitasking genius that it is, can hone in artillery as well as spot, as well as see you and cause damage before you get to see it. So it's important to bring guys with further line of sight. And that also now brings me to the Aufklärer, or Aufklärer, depending on how you pronounce it. These are spotters. They've got better line of sight distance than your typical infantry. I believe I could be mistaken, but I think it's 110, 120, whereas your infantry, I think, go from 90 to 100. So these guys, they will go behind enemy lines, they will sit on the periphery and just keep an eye out on for me before I pursue a position, just that I can see what's going on. So I try to avoid getting them into gunfights because I just need them to simply spot things. Then a new piece of equipment that I thought I'd mention is the 7.5cm LIG 18. This is a great anti-infantry artillery. It also comes with anti or AP rounds. So you could bundle it up with all the other field guns and anti-infantry guns, but what makes this quite special for the player is if you drive it, you get an elevated line of sight, so you can see over things quite nicely, and that's very convenient in this game. Often if you use, say, a 3.7 pack in first person, you are locked right down to the ground and you can't see over things, whereas this gives you some freedom and it doesn't feel as restrictive. So it's a very handy piece of artillery for if you're playing and you're taking control. Also, it's got a distance, I think, of 180 meters, which exceeds the traditional 160. So you can outrange most new early era war guns with this, so combined with a spotter. So we're going to pick a location quick. Just want to see, see what the map is. I think this is quite a very flat map, this. So the other thing about the USSR versus Germany campaigns are that they take place typically on very flat maps and very open spaces. I did try the Liberation DLC with the Americans, and I often find the areas highly urbanized, highly dense, and the gameplay tends to slow down a lot because there's just so many angles and slopes and hills all over the place, and fences as well that tend to block your smaller 3.7s and 45mm cannons. So let's pick our mission and get going. Alright, let's bring everyone in and get a look at the map quick. Right. So the enemy are coming up from the west, northwest, and they're going to pursue objective A, which is over here, and then another objective E. Yes, I'm familiar with this map. I've done this one before. This is great for beginners. It's relatively easy to just set up on this map. Okay, there's not much to it. If you are defending, it's very, very easy to defend this on this map. So, what we're going to do is send in the Aufklärer, the spotters, into T2. I'm just going to position my guys in a defensive position while we wait. T1. Just sit there. Yep, it's a nice hill. Just in case they come our way while we get our spotters into position. And the officer, the other difference, so what is spotting? When you select the officer, you get a set of binoculars, and when you attack the ground, you can see. It's a bit touch and go, it can be a bit buggy, so I recommend aiming for trees because it's elevated. Your officer can only spot what they can technically see from a ground level, so you can't just go and spot any old piece of ground. See, that didn't necessarily work, but I can spot this tree over here. Okay, that's out of range. There. So it's a bit clunky. If I would ask for a sweeping, say a sweeping mechanic where the officer can go from place to place, because it's useful that they can see there, but I have to, you know, constantly find a new spot if I'm curious, if I'm suspecting the enemy is on the way. The other thing you can do is you can sweep manually, so it would be nice if this was automated, essentially, where you could automate this sort of sweeping mechanic, because that's sort of what I would imagine a real officer would do in real life, is constantly sweep an area of expected attack. So we're just going to unset this and just focus on this tree over here, because there's a road. AI also likes the road, I should add. Not always, but they're prone to follow roads. Okay, so we've got some guys over here and over there. I'm just going to move the spotters into the bush over here. Team 1 can just chill. Chillax. Moving the turret. Moving the tank up. Yeah. I'll move the officer up a bit. And I shortcut key the officer these days. So let's F6 this. There we go. So I can spot this guy in the bush. Ultimately, he's 180 meters away, whereas a normal soldier's line of sight is, let's see, oh, it's 80, roughly 80. And just stand up, do the test. See, they're coming. An officer, a regular infantryman can see up to 100 meters. I was mistaken. Where the spotters can see. Let's get these guys into safety here. I can hear something being. Oh, okay. So let me show you what I was referring to with the anti-infantry gun. I'm elevated. I can see, and here comes a what is that? It's an anti-infantry gun. Now I hit a tree. The armor is so thin that, okay, hold on, just this one. It's going for my spotters. go to anti AP. Ooh, damn it. Not the most accurate. There we go. Took out the okay. I took out some crew. Okay, good. That's been resolved. Alright. Our spotters seem to be okay. 236, yeah, I think 6 is the number you normally get. I need to also turn off their fire. I always forget that. So you don't want them, while they're out lurking behind enemy lines, to shoot at anything they see. So we set it to return fire. There's some caveats with this though. If the enemy is shooting over their heads, they will also retaliate, even though they're not necessarily the target. So it's quite contextual, and you need to decide on when to do what. I'm going to break this group into 2 and go off to position 1, and these guys are going to go into the second position. It would be nice to have a command where they duck and cover the moment they detect enemy, given that. So this is the marker I was referring to, where you need to manage everything. Okay, see, there's an enemy there. It's just okay, and these guys are going to go and check out second checkpoint. Alright, let me move everyone up a little bit. Just want to see if they have any armaments. They probably have artillery on the field. Somebody dropped a smoke grenade for funsies. I wonder what his objective is. What is he doing? Oh, he's going to come for me. Yeah. Just manic. Alright, let's get back to the action. Move the tank up. I think there's artillery out there in the field. Yeah. Oh, here comes the artillery piece. Okay. Move these guys back. Get our officer spotting. There he is. Right, let me just shortcut key this too. Team 7. They are there, and they are 6 meters out of range. We'll get in range in a moment. Okay. No, they're in that bush. There it is. Get closer. Oh, my tank is shooting my own men. Lovely. Oh, I need to deploy. Okay, let me just get a bit closer. Yeah. Took them out. Officer up. Alright, let's get back to these guys.
Alles klar, Männer, mir nach!
Okay, I'm going to take out these troops over there. No? Okay, they're a bit far. Moving on up. Gosh. Here we go. Yeah, we need to get this guy up and running. Oh, they've taken the deploy quickly. There we go. Come. Hurry. Yeah. Get a spotter on there. There we go. Let's get our artillery up there. That's right, keep missing. Deploy. Move up closer. We should get them now. Perfect. No. I wish I could just shoot and not have to worry. See, he is in range. He's well in range, but the game decides I cannot hit him. Yeah, took them out. We've lost two of the drivers, that's unfortunate. I'm going to just wait for that to reload and repair. And I'm going to drop a spot on there just to keep an eye on that nobody takes it over. These guys, I'm going to move up a bit just to keep an eye on that artillery piece that has been abandoned. Oh, it's been destroyed completely. Never mind. Move these guys up a little bit. Oh, no, that's too close. That's fine. Supply box up here. That's right, medic, just keep standing. Alright, let me get my troops up. See, I can't unselect, or I cannot remove individuals from the group. It's the little things that make this game a bit jank. So I had to recreate the group additively from the ground up. Instead of just removing these guys, my 2 new future drivers for this, I had to start the group all over. Small things that can contribute to the micro and the jank. Let's go and have a look. A little bit further on, I'm going to send in the spotters. See what they can see. I'm waiting for this to be repaired and then I will move in onto the objective. Oh, we are done. Okay. Get in, get in, get in. Okay, yeah. Turret needs fixing. Give the engineer some time. But I can at least move the group up. Let me take the officer and just go see what's happening further up the road. Yeah, seems clear. Have him go here. He's still fixing. Nearly done. Just going to fix the right tread. Okay, we've spotted some infantry out in the open. Oh, we've got mortar. Ooh, get back, get back, get back. That's not great. We will take that out with the 7.5. Let's get the 7.5 up and running. And get the spotter in place to spot the these are other interesting things about the game where I'm commanding my spotter to look. The place is perfectly visible, but they can't actually see the mortar, and it might be because line of sight. But at the same time, the fog of war tells me as a gaming experience, as a UI element, that I can see them, but I can't see them. They see there, they did suddenly appear. 133 meters away, yeah. And then they disappeared. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna have to watch that position. I'm moving a guy into position to try to spot them. There they are. Yeah. Mortar taken out. I think we can just send in the whole rifleman squad. And the tank is still repairing the tread. Okay. I can't. Shit it. Alright. Problem solved. Okay, vehicle sorted. Everyone get in, let's go. We'll take the last position. I'm gonna move the officer up just so I can guess what position. Oh, they've dropped a smoke grenade here. So they're probably... Just see what I can see. Yeah, there they are. They're running away. There we go. I'm going to send in the KPII to just clean up the road. Good chance that there is another field gun out in the mist. So I'm just going to move up slowly. I need to resupply this. Machine gun's not that inaccurate. Okay, you guys can hang out there. I want to resupply that. Where's the supply crate? Oh, there it is. No. All the way back here. I'll just let that artillery sort it out. So I am playing with a first-person mod. It's called Better. I think it's called Better First Person, but the LITE version. So the LITE version, what happens with the mod is that if you use it, your accuracy goes up to 100%, which I don't. I like it. I do like that 100% accuracy, but unfortunately, it also affects artillery, which basically, you know, turns it into this one-shot machine. And if it weren't for that, I'd keep the rifle 100% accuracy, but not the artillery accuracy. So the LITE version of the mod actually gives you the first person, but none of the 100% stuff. Let's move on up. Please don't shoot my dudes. Where's my spotter? Move team 1 up. Moving the artillery up. Yeah, they're all camped out there. There's the officer. Stop. Oh, what is that? Oh, no, nothing. Okay, there doesn't seem to be anything. Which is cool. Now we can smash them with HE rounds and take position E. Quick. Move these guys up a little bit more. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's get going. Deploy it. Yeah. Nope. I'll just drive there and sort it out. Oh. Nearly drove over my dude. The 20mm is much more accurate than the DT. Sorry, not the DT. What do we got? MG34. DT is Russian. This is... So if I want to snipe, I'll use the big cannon. Alright, position captured. Open the schnapps. We are going to celebrate. Let's get team 1 up here. and wrap this up. I'm going to start capturing guns and the like. Grab the mortar. These guys can go capture or repair the tank over here. There's my officer. Bring him up. You can go help him with his mortar situation. Okay. Oh wait, he also needs help. Oh no, he doesn't. Okay, these guys can move up. Alright, that was the mission. All done. Pretty quick, pretty straightforward. And then in the next mission we'll go into defense. I'm going to quickly do a salvage and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I've salvaged a mortar, I think a 45 cannon, 76 mil cannon, and a, what this thing's called, T-37s. I normally sell those, I don't really use them. I tend to use the KPII and KPIIs. And yeah, that's what Fog of War does. It does add an interesting new dynamic to the game. And I'll probably be using it going forward. So let's finish the mission. I'm not too concerned about repairing this. So let's wrap it up. Let's see the results. We lost 5 infantry. And we lost 1 vehicle? Oh, we didn't lose it. Well, we did at one point. We lost 2 of the crew members when it got demobilized, but we repaired it and carried on using it. But yeah, we lost 2 crew members, and I don't recall the other 3. I guess we're going to find out in the next screen. So I hope you enjoyed that. In the next one, we'll defend this position. It's very easy to defend this map, and I'll use AP mines. I'll show you the AP mine trick I typically use on hardcore. That helps thin the numbers out. I'll see you again soon. Cheers.